everyone, I'm Izzy at Minerva. We are continuing our pattern drafting series today, looking at how to fit our very own bespoke trouser block. In today's video, we are looking specifically at the crotch curve and the depth of that and the height of that and the effect of altering that on our block. Today, I'm wearing the Sagebrush top by Friday Pattern Company. We will tag the pattern below in the video so that you can buy it on our website if you'd like to. Our trouser block is very fitted around the waist and the hips and the crotch, so it's really important that we get the fit in that area correct. Even the smallest little alteration is going to have a big impact on the fit. We're going to look at two alterations today, and that is the round pubis and the flat pubis. In the first variation of this alteration, there is too much volume around in the crotch area. So as you can see in the image next to me here, we're going to get a series of vertical drag lines around the base of the crotch at the front crotch in that area, as you can see. So if that is one of your issues that you want to fit and to alter, let me show you how to make that alteration now. So we have our front trouser, and that's the only pattern piece that we need to alter. My trouser block is on the screen in front of you. Obviously that's going to be different to yours. Everybody has a different body shape, so don't be surprised if yours looks different. The only thing I'd say is that the principles I'm going to show you today will apply to any trouser block that you've been drawing with me. So we have too much volume in this bottom area down here at the bottom of the crotch at this point here. So basically all we want to do is just to take out some of the volume. Now, how much volume you need to take out really does depend on how significant those drag lines are, and what we'd always suggest with the alterations, especially for the trouser block in this area, is that small alterations can make a big difference. So let's just start off by making a small alteration. You can always come back and make further alterations if you want to, but if you overdo the alteration, it will cause problems elsewhere around the block. So around the curve here, all we want to do is just deepen that curve. Even 5 millimeters or a centimetre can make a big difference. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show 1 centimetre decrease of volume in that area. So mark a consistent depth at that point, and then all we want to do is just simply to draw in a curve that hits that point or there or thereabouts. We want to extend the existing centre front line, and then either freestyle or using your pattern drafting ruler, just continue that curve. Once you've found a curve that you're happy with, just draw it in. And there you have it. That's really all you need to do for this alteration. It's not a dramatic change. And as I said, we don't want a big dramatic change. We just want something that's going to have a big impact through a small change. So trace around your new pattern piece using that centre front crotch line to define where your new line and your new seam needs to be. Now obviously the opposite of that alteration we've done, if you've got too much volume, is that you haven't got enough volume in that area around the crotch as well. In that case, you're going to have horizontal stretch lines in that area. Don't forget that horizontal stretch lines always mean that you need to add more volume into your block, and vertical sort of drag lines mean that you need to take out volume. Now we are specifically looking at the crotch in this area, but don't forget, if everything's feeling tight all the way around that whole area around the hip, that you may actually just need to generally widen the whole block and make it a little bit more generous in size before you go into the detail of making this alteration. However, if everything else is looking like it's fitting nicely and you've just got these drag lines in this specific area, let's take a look at how to resolve that together now. Now, what we want to do is to add a bit of extra volume in this area. Once again, the same as what we did for the other alteration that we've just shown, I'm going to assume we've got a 1 centimetre fabric increase that we want at that point. So I'm just marking a point 1 centimetre offset from the sort of the centre of the curve at this point. And then effectively all we want to do is sort of flatten out that curve until it joins the centre front. So find a new curve, making sure that you are keeping the centre front line there or thereabouts where it is at that point. And then just try and find a nice curve. So we've got a bit of a nice curve there, and then just if you need to, just draw it by hand Just fill that curve in so it creates a nice shape. And effectively, that's all it is. It's just adding that extra volume into that space in that particular area. The rest of the block stays exactly the same. It's just that one change that we've done, adding volume in. So there we go, 2 nice, simple little changes for you. I hope you found that really helpful. Do watch this video as part of the whole series, making sure that you're really analysing your fit. And as ever, sometimes it's helpful to have a friend come around and just help you sort of analyse and make the changes that you need to. Be patient with yourself as you go through this process. It can take a little bit of time to really sort of unpack and understand what your block needs in order to get it to fit beautifully. But it is so worth the effort in the end. So keep going. You're doing great. So thank you for joining me today. I've been Izzy at Minerva, and I'll see you next week as we continue our fit of our trousers, looking at different areas that need alterations. I'll see you then.